Praise the Lord, children. Lesson number 6, Dream Repeated. Bible portion is from Genesis chapter 41. Memory verse is from Genesis chapter 41 verse 32. And the dream was repeated to Pharaoh twice, because the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass. Theme of this lesson is God reveals us what is going to happen through the dream.
Children, you all know what is dream, and you might have experienced it. Dream is nothing but a series of events or pictures which happen in your mind while you are asleep. Sometimes we can't remember and understand the meaning of our dream. In this lesson, you will learn how God revealed what is going to happen in Egypt to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and gave wisdom to Joseph to explain his dream. 2 years after Pharaoh pardoned the cupbearer, he had a strange dream and then woke up. He went back to sleep and had another strange dream. Pharaoh was very disturbed by the dreams. So the next morning he called for all the magicians and wise men of Egypt. When Pharaoh told them his dreams, not one of them could tell him what they meant. Finally, the king's cupbearer spoke up. When I was in prison, I and the baker had strange dreams. A young Hebrew man in prison interpreted them for us, and everything he said came true. Joseph was quickly brought from the prison after he shaved and changed his clothes. He went and stood before Pharaoh. I had a dream last night, and no one here can tell me what it means, said Pharaoh. But I hear you can interpret dreams. I don't have the power to interpret dreams, Joseph explained, but God does. In my first dream, Pharaoh explained, I was standing on the bank of the river Nile. I saw 7 fat, healthy cows come up out of the river and begin grazing in the marsh grass. But then I saw 7 sick-looking cows, thin, come up after them. These thin cows ate the 7 fat cows, but afterwards still looked as thin as before. Then I woke up. Then I fell asleep again, and I had another dream. Pharaoh continued. I saw 7 heads of grains, full and beautiful, growing on a single stalk. Then 7 more heads of grains appeared, but these were blighted, shriveled, and withered by the east wind. Then the heads swallowed the 7 healthy heads. I told these dreams to the magicians, but no one could tell me what they meant. God helped Joseph interpret Pharaoh's dreams. Both dreams mean the same thing, he explained. The 7 healthy cows and the 7 healthy heads of grain both represent 7 years of prosperity. The 7 thin, scrawny cows that came up later and the 7 thin heads of grain represent 7 years of famine. The next 7 years will be prosperous, but the 7 years after that will bring such a severe famine, the good years will be forgotten. Joseph advised Pharaoh what to do next. You should find a wise man and put him in charge of the entire land of Egypt. Supervisors need to be appointed to collect 1/5 of all the crops during the 7 good years and store them under guard. That way there will be enough to eat when the 7 years of famine come to the land of Egypt. Joseph's suggestions impressed Pharaoh and his officials. Pharaoh said to Joseph, Since God has revealed the meaning of the dreams to you, Clearly, no one else is as wise as you are. You will be in charge of my court, and all my men will take orders from you. Only I will have a rank higher than yours." Then Pharaoh removed his signet ring from his hand and placed it on Joseph's finger. He dressed him in fine linen clothing and hung a gold chain around his neck. Then he had Joseph ride in the chariot reserved for his second in command, and wherever Joseph went, the command was shouted, "Kneel down." Joseph, now 30 years old, was given a new Egyptian name, Zaphnath-Phaneah. Pharaoh also gave him a wife whose name was Asenath. So Joseph took charge of the entire land of Egypt. Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, gave birth to 2 sons before the years of famine came. Asenath and Joseph named the firstborn Manasseh, meaning, "For God has made me forget all my toil and all my father's house." And the second one was named as Ephraim, meaning, "For God has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction." Children, understand how God changed Joseph's life in prison. God gives the gift of revelation to those who love Him. We must receive His wisdom. The Lord will fulfill all our shortcomings and bring us to higher places. Thank you, children.